is slowed down. And there's a little extra. Misery gonna try and wrap on mid. Newbee already have a very defensive counter ward laid in place, so Moo shouldn't be caught out by this.
Yeah, the only downside as well is, well, not secondary downside. Oh, top lane. There goes your first blood. Weaver going very, just trying to poke the quad. Now Resolution, Wolves are up. There you go with the Paralyzing Cast. You start with the Maledict, but because you've already used the stun strike comes in, it's enough. KP will end up dropping. While up on the top lane, you're going to end up losing that Batrider. Chorn was actually walking through the Firefly, dropping very, very low. I don't know if Misery can actually... Now that Chorn walked through that Firefly, he may just have enough damage to kill off Chorn. The dust will come up. There's no more strike to come, but Chorn, the movement speed, the Orb of Venom is able to tick him out. And Misery, the dust will still last another 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and Hal knows he cannot kill him off. And Misery, well, the sentry's down. They know exactly what's going on. Stun over towards Sweetheart. And Misery, well, he actually takes one of them. The Sunstrike Chorn, he feels it coming and moves away. As now Moo, underneath that tier 1 tower, trying to engage in. He's got one more Spirit Sight with Bella, but he's way too deep with the call, so he can't finish the job. And there's DC who will end up...
He's level 6 is delayed. It's going to be expected, and they have the information to his
Moo is about to get nailed as Lycan is also rotated in the double support through on the way, but a Sunstrike from Invoker. Weeharp prepped it perfectly with the call.
Have a small ancient snack.
Well, at least you're going to get yourself a courier snipe. But how? Well, they don't have detection against him. In fact, it's the Observer and Sentry that's down from Newbee, which allows them to see Misery. Dust will trigger as well. Tries to put down that smoke screen, create a little bit more space. Misery will get back over the river, but damn, that damages so much, especially when you got the Beetles in the back. Luckily, Moo can move up and down, but then again, KP, you're a little close. Moo, okay, he will actually die. To, in fact, Hal. They desperately needed some players on the map. KP moved into the mid lane to try and defend that once again. Have engagements on both lanes, as now you have Moo running into the tree lines. KP's going to dive that mid lane. The Sunstrike's right on the mark, so they find the kill in mid while Moo retreat back off that top. They still find the Raw, so it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. Both the off-laners will go down. More Spirits are up there helping out. The Batrider was Fireflying, creep skipping the wave out. So Newbee lose a tier 1 tower. They really want to find a kill, and the Hawk has to do this from Kaka.
They've already got the scan. They're just going to go straight up for the dive. They know there's just one hero there. Free pick off. They can get in time.
Oh, TP out. There's your stun. Able to reach it from Chuan. So the tier 1 tower will drop on the bot lane.
Decent to fight Newbee if they're going to fight
TPs. Wait for those cancelling of the TPs. Not possible for Moo. He's in the neighborhood. So tier 2 tower killed off by the Lycan. Beastmaster got the other one. Ravage goes off in mid while the battle is still happening on bottom lane. He'll die on that mid lane, but now Deathlord, the Raw from Kaka must be committed because the Lycan right behind in Resolution. That damage on the Moo. The Witch Doctor will survive, keeping the restoration up. Now you can move over to Kaka, still slowed down by those 3 sticky napalm charges. You can trigger up the dust, which will give an opportunity here for Hal to chase down Misery over to the tree lines. With Chikuchi, he will definitely keep up. Sentry's down for the Radiant side. Misery starting the first string down. He had 1 second time with the ulti. Maybe now we can with the ulti. They bring down Hal. Misery with a double kill. They'll move over towards Chorn and Newbee. This is a horrible trade for them, losing 4 heroes. Even with a tower trade-off like that, DC just got a huge Roshan, which is continuously scouted out by the Sunstrike. They are going to slip themselves in now. But DC, they were farming up the side lanes. They're actually going to smoke up themselves and move over to Roshan. The Wolf, the Storm go in. And now Newbee with the lasso, catching Chorn. There's the easy counter to the lasso. So Chorn, he's still going to go down. Nothing will survive it. And now Roshan killed by the Dire. Weaver has the immortality, but Paralyzing Cast can make it difficult to get out of here. Also, the Exorcism is wearing off. They have to know. They wanted the timing. And Moo! The Flame Break! He's actually clipped for the moment. The Ravage from KP tries to create space, but really it does absolutely nothing. Now he's got Mouthing on top of him. Combining him with Deathlord. KP must retreat out of this one. Misery's got trouble with the Necrobooks. Riding his tail. He has to go back invis. And maybe, yep, there he is. He's actually away. So you kill off the VS. Hal wants to go for something else. Hichikuchi's through. Heavy damage with the bugs over on the Witch Doctor. They need to keep Hal off him. Back behind the tier 1 tower. They can play around the vision, but now Hal will just silence away. They got to get that bug off him, which now is able to be done. So Hal still wants more. He's hiding in the trees, looking for something. They want to force the advantage. They want to use this Aegis for good, but they're just not finding anything at the moment.
How is playing this correctly. He's using the Aegis to aggressively push back Digital Chaos because they don't have the same kind of positioning issues as he did last time.
And this is an early triggering on the Necro because they're trying to find the Invis here as they run into him. Resolution goes dog bomb Chuan again. He's the primary target. He last beat off by Move, but Resolution's dying so quickly. He won't be able to survive much longer. In fact, now he is down. Carlton can't make it easy either because both Taka as well as Chuan could not escape. Misery will go into the dagger form now, backing out with that smoke screen covering up most of the riverside.
Oh, he
Move
killed the
goes
Necro!
down. He didn't want to kill the Necro. How will run down through the river. They've lost 3 now, and it's unwillingly. He can't do anything against that, however. And there's like a couple of minutes left now, Newbee. And they're coming towards the mid, but again, DC pretty much ready for him. There's your blink dagger in, Moo. This time he's going to get stunned up, so no lasso control. The smoke screen tries straight space, and then Chuan swapping him up, but they can't control the ice ball. Actually locking Chuan in the river. He's dying to death ward. KP's almost walked into Sunstrike. There's on the backline, the Ravage. This time from KP does a little bit of work, but it's already too late. He's lost so much life. He'll go down. Kaka will join him as well on the grave. And it's how underneath the sentry ward. They saw him for a moment, got the call snap off. Secondary sentry, keep the vision. The time that strikes him all the way back into the mid lane. Thanks to the radiant creep wave that was already there, they saw him run into the jungle. But that's 3 heroes down from Newbee. No Ravage, no Exorcism, no Roar. And that means it's a push from DC. But how far running around with the Necro Book's already triggered inside their jungle? They're looking for Misery. They're trying to control him.
Oh, they caught him too, but it's so far away.
Yeah, they can't keep the vision up. Now they go for the run, the blink forward, the gush will come out, but this is all committed to kill off Misery. He'll actually start the tricks of the trade for now. With the bow's going to connect. Well, where did he go? He Phantom Strike down, over the tree line, swap him back, commit Sentry Wars. But how much of your life have you just wasted killing off a support Ricky Maru?
Yeah, they had to pop Necro Book 3 for that and look at the lane positioning.
They didn't see him on the Batrider, now they will. So where is your opening? Where's your target? And that's what it's going to be. Tricks of the trade will allow Misery to escape, but now we've got Move. Can they kill him off in time though? We are there with the EMP first. Newbee going to do this with only half tank of gas. They need more damage. Now the death ward's kicking in. Move's actually going to survive through this one. He's trying to get rid of the bug. Not going to happen. How are they going to find a couple of kills? But now, maybe DC. They are on the run. KP. No, Move's going to go down. DC are back in control. KP will go down too. The Sunstrike perfectly positioned. Say goodbye to him. The Weaver is the last man standing. Hal needs to get something huge here. He's already got a triple kill, but the team asks more of him, or else this mid-drac is toast.
He doesn't have his ultimate either. Caught by the tornado.
The tornado? Will he have enough life? Shikuchi away?
Oh, Weeha's got the right idea. He's like, no, ignore the Weaver. Ignore the Weaver. He can only do so much. If we stay grouped up, we pressure the tier 3. This is the time for us to be able to punish Newbee. We just want a team fight right outside the base.
They need the racks. They need the racks. They even attempted a rando Sunstrike to maybe catch him as he went back, and they realized they can't take the melee. Here comes the second set. Wait for him to come in and like it. Triggers his Necro Book. They look for the target. It's going to be Chuan to start with. Tornado picking up KP with an EMP. KP will still get the ulti off. Catching out 3 with a roll, but Hal's already down. They've lost the win with no buyback. Move side of the meteorite. Kaka's gone. This game may actually just be almost over right now when they get 3 huge kills like that. You take Roshan, you know DC. They're headed straight mid after this.
Oh, absolutely. Even if they already popped the shapeshift in the Necro Book, it doesn't matter. You kept all 5 alive and will be able to push with an Aegis. Newbee, 50 seconds left for a Weaver. This is at least 1 lane of racks. They're probably going to take that mid and go straight for top, and that's where the last fight really occurs for Newbee.
Yeah, they need something massive, but without a Ravage, how do you do this? Without Exorcism, how do you do this?
You're going to have to poke and prod at Digital Chaos and hope they put themselves out of position. DC, this is where you just need to see discipline. Just focus on objectives.
Yep. They're already starting their rotation up now, and we see just how quickly DC can do it. A 12k advantage. Not a surprise, it starts to spike up after game 1 was such a one-sided affair in favor of Newbee. DC take one terrific fight around Roshan. A lot of things preparing for this point, but enough to use that ultimate form already before the Aegis Immortal trigger. Drops down by half-life, they 4-stamp him out. That's the first one over on the Witch Doctor with EMP Tornado. Picking him up, throwing him down. Kaka, he's AC out of mana with the Necro Book to the front line. Flame Break pushing him back. KP, he wants to Ravage, but there's no real opportunity just yet. The next time will have to trigger. They're in pretty deep, but where's the opening? Now the Ravage will come through, but how is so low? No time left to battle. He's on the sidelines, no buyback. Newbee, they've lost this game. They've done it. And it's actually going to go to a third deciding game after Newbee crushed the living hell out of DC in game 1. DC on a solid and well thought out draft, greatly executed, will take game number 2.
My expectations for Digital Chaos are just growing and growing as time goes on. This team, they had the mental fortitude to come back from a game 1 crushing like this, and they look like an entirely different team. They just look so much more comfortable with this draft than they did the last, and they executed 10 times better too.
It seems absolutely crazy that just the difference. The games are like polar opposites from game 1 to game 2. Digital Chaos, something wasn't right in game number 1. Game number